What is going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Tyler Guy here, and today we're looking at a really awesome Star Wars set. It's Jango Fett's Slave 1, the one and only, unfortunately. I wish they made more, but they didn't. But yeah, this is a fantastic set. It's set 7153, had 360 pieces, 2 minifigs, retailed for about 50 US, and came out in the year 2002. But as the description says, we're also going to be comparing it against Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from 2001, as well as comparing the Jangos from the 2002 version to the 2013 version that came in the Corporate Alliance tank. Honestly, really great set. I was super happy to pick it up on eBay for a decent deal because this set's actually quite expensive. But yeah, can't wait to get into this set. We're also going to compare it against the movie pics and pictures, as well as if you're looking for the movie footage, just click that link in the description and it will take you to that. But enough talk, let's get right into it. So to start, we'll take a look at the Jango Fett Slave 1 itself. So really nice looking model. As you can see, even present day Slave 1s kind of take a little bit from this set with how it's kind of constructed. So really do like it. So what's cool, I'll just show you guys this first off. This didn't have flick fire missiles, but what it did have, to kind of mimic it, was you can open up these doors. And I'll pull it in a little bit closer. They actually have this blue type engine thing here, and then there's actually these little rockets here. And then, what's also cool is they have these little compartments, so you can keep his handguns there. They look like handguns, we'll get into that. As well as this hairpiece in there. And these just kind of go up and down, so there's nothing too crazy about it. But what is cool is it has these, just like the movie, if you watch the movie and those rockets, when he shoots those rockets at Obi-Wan, you can open up these little doors, and it's a little flimsy, so I'm trying to do it without wrecking it. There you go, there's the rockets. And obviously there's one on the other side as well. So they could have maybe improved on that a little bit, but I do like that they actually included it. And then another really cool thing about this is, just like the previous Slave 1s, it can drop seismic charges or whatever those things are called. So pretty cool looking set. Now what we'll do is we'll take a look at the cockpit and the bottom prison area. So here the ship is laid down. So I'll show you how to get to the cockpit. It's pretty simple. Just pull this thing off. What I don't like about this is it does take the pieces along with it, which is kind of annoying. But then if you notice here, there's all the control panels, which is pretty cool. And if you actually notice right here, that's actually similar to the movie, that little red kind of electronic area. And then another cool thing about this is, in theory, when you lift it up and down, it's supposed to kind of come up and down. It doesn't work too great with this model, I noticed. They kind of improved in future models, but this was the first one to kind of implement it. And it does sometimes work. In fact, let me just throw a minifig on there, see if it will make a difference. Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, yeah. So that feature doesn't really work that great, but it was cool that they were thinking about doing that back in the day. And all our current models all have this feature that they came out back in 2002. The other cool thing about this is it doesn't have Han Solo and Carbonite, obviously, but what it does have is this little prison piece that's connected, as you saw, by a magnet. And you can actually fit someone in there pretty easily. Let's just say Obi-Wan got captured completely against the... Well, he did actually kind of get captured. You can put him in there, and then the Slave 1 just goes like this, magnet it, and then it can go off. So pretty cool looking set. I think it was fantastic for how old it was. But now let's take a look just quickly at Obi-Wan and Jango Fett's ships side by side. One other thing I kind of wanted to show was, if you guys just look, that's what it looks like just in the inside. It actually leads right to the cockpit. I thought before that there was a little bit of a cabin area, but there is not, which isn't the end of the world, but it would have been cool if they actually implemented that. There's just not a lot of space. But I thought you guys would find that interesting. And then also, this is how you put the little bombs. Little bombs just go right in there. You open up that little hatch, and that pretty well does the ship. And the last thing I wanted to show off with this ship is that it can fit both figs. It is very snug in there. They are not side by side, but at least it can kind of fit them to give the idea that, you know, Jango and Bubba are flying the ship together. So let's see if this feature works. Try it one more time. Nah, it doesn't work very good. You kind of have to manually put it up, and that's how it kind of looks like when they're inside the ship. But all in all, still a pretty cool set. I just thought I'd show you guys how they kind of sit in there together. So here we have Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. So I have done a review on this if you guys want to check it out. So I'm not going to get too detailed on it, but what I am going to do is just show you guys kind of what it looks like next to the Slave One. So as you can see, I think their sizes are relatively correct, especially if you go like this, and then you show the Jedi Starfighter. You can kind of see what it looks like chasing it. So it is quite a bit bigger, and I think they actually did a pretty good job. Yeah, I mean, I think they look really, really well together. That's part of the reason why I thought I'd show this in this review. I don't normally do this, but I'm hoping to actually do things a little bit different like this. But yeah, anyways, I think these models look really well together, and you can definitely see that the Slave One is definitely bigger. And I think it's relatively correct to the movie size as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, if you agree with that or not. But now, as always, let's take a look at the minifigs, and we're also going to compare the two Jangos. So first off, let's take a look at the three minifigs. The one that came from the Jedi Starfighter Obi-Wan, as well as the two, well, Boba Fett and Jango Fett that came from the Slave One. So nothing too crazy about Obi-Wan. He has some nice headgear right here, if you notice, which is kind of cool. But then Bubba, very cool little minifig. There's no back face printing. He does have this weird kind of, I never really was a fan of this hair, and they actually used it in Star Wars quite a bit. The black hair, as you guys can see right there. And then we have the best minifig, I think, out of this lot, the Jango Fett. So I'll give you guys a 360 view of him. So pretty nice looking minifig. I do actually like him quite a bit. And he was one of the first minifigs that sort of, to a point, had back face printing. So I love his armor, love his mask. It's just very simple, but I'll show you guys what it kind of looks like if you take his mask off. Flip this around. So that's the face that you see. So if you ever played any of the LEGO Star Wars games, that's the face you're getting, which it's not a bad face. I think they actually did a decent job. And I do like that it looks like he is in a whole kind of undersuit under his armor and whatnot. So very cool looking minifigs. Now let's compare the two Jangos, the new and the old. So here we have the two Jango Fetts. So as you can see, there is night and day difference between these two guys. I still love the old one on the left, obviously. He's still pretty good. But if you want more accuracy, obviously the one on the right is more accurate. The one on the left is better for nostalgia, obviously. And then I'll show you guys his face. So what's cool about this Jango from the 2013 one, which is the reason I used it sort of, is he doesn't have an angry clone face. He has that face, which is a little bit more accurate. As you can see, I mean, he has leg printing, he has everything. So there's armor right here on his legs, got his holsters. His armor actually on the top is actually very similar. The belt is much more detailed. So just big difference. And then I'll also show you guys just quick. He also has back torso printing, which if you've been watching this show, I love extra detail. The other Jango Fett obviously doesn't. It's just a standard, get it off. Standard back, nothing crazy, but anyways, really good looking minifigs. Still like the old one, but yeah, I thought that comparison would be interesting for you guys, just to see how LEGO has kind of progressed and changed. But yeah, let me know what you guys like, which one you sort of prefer, and if you guys like these kind of little reviews where I compare the two minifigs over the years, let me know, or more. I might compare like 5 or 6 if it's like Anakin or Obi-Wan. But yeah, those are the minifigs. Now, as always, let's take a look at the film footage, like different pictures as well as models, just to see how accurate this set is. Alright, well, to start, we got a very nice view of a model. So anyways, I think the LEGO version actually does a very good depiction of this. It is a little bit more oval, as you guys can see, which would be a little bit nicer if it was a little bit more oval, but what are you gonna do? Not the end of the world. Here's a couple other nice pictures. I think it's the same model. One thing is, it could have maybe Jango and Bubba go side by side. As it is right now, one has to go in front of the other, which is okay, but you know, they could maybe improved on that a little bit, as we talked about. Let's go on to, I also wanted to show you guys, this is kind of a model. It looks like they took the UCS Slave One and they kind of just updated it, which this thing looks fantastic. This is what we wanted. We didn't want another Boba Fett Slave One. We wanted this. Anyways, what are you gonna do? But it's just, I would have really appreciated that if they would have done that. Moving on, here's another great comparison. I'm gonna have eventually some sort of mock showcase where I kind of show off people's mocks. Anyways, you can see Bubba's Slave One UCS, Jango's Slave One, and basically UCS as well. So just great looking. Guy did a great job, whoever did that. Moving on, we'll find a couple other good pictures. It's actually interesting that I think, no, we didn't have this Jango Fett action figure. Anyways, getting a little sidetracked. Here's an action figure depiction. So as you guys can see, I think actually the Lego version might be even a little bit better than that. That just looks a little bit small, sort of boring. I don't know, that's my opinion, but here's another depiction of what the back kind of looks like on a very detailed model. So as you can see, Lego could improve on this definitely. It's been 17 years, so yeah, they could improve off of it. But I still think that they did a decent job, especially for its time. Moving on, there's the set we're looking at. If you guys were wondering what the box kind of looks like, that's the way the box looks. But yeah, I thought those pictures would help you out, give you a little bit better depiction of what it kind of looks like. Here's the last picture we'll look at. It's an artist conception of what the Slave One kind of looks like. So I think that they did a good job. Yeah, I just really wish that they'd just improve it and make a new one. Last picture, Minecraft. Here's a Minecraft version of the Slave One. So pretty cool. I thought these pictures would help out with the review. I hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, looking at this set, I actually think they did a very good job for 2002. If you look at 2 years previous to the old Boba Fett Slave One, which I actually hope to compare it one of these days. I just don't have any want to buy that awful set. This set's leaps and heads ahead of it, leaps and bounds. They've kind of, this was the first model that they actually did a good job at it. And even if you look at the present day models, they still take a lot from this old set that's 17 years old. And I still think they did a pretty good job at this set considering how old it is. And honestly, it's kind of like the Millennium Falcon from 2004. It was the first good model of the Slave One. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this model? Do you not? Do you own it? Be curious to know. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But if you like the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. And yeah, if you like more of these type of videos where I kind of compare a ship against a completely different ship, but they're somehow related, let me know. And I'll try to do that more often. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But take care. I'll catch you on the next one.